experiments.
Welcome back, everyone, to Limbus Company. I am me. I'm joined by my good friend Hunter.
Monastic experience.
And we need your one draws for things I don't care about. But what if I don't know, like an ego or something I don't have? There's a chance. Not a good chance, but a chance. I think there's no chance for an ego I don't have, because I think I own every ego you can extract right now. But there are...
Including the Battle Pass ego?
That you can extract? Like my
I would double check that, because there's
Battle Pass is maxed.
No, I mean like the Battle Pass ego from previous Battle Passes. Yeah,
can you extract these up? Or, yeah, can you extract
Oh no,
these?
extract! I don't think you can actually. Never mind, you're right.
I'm pretty sure, you know...
Yeah. Maybe that is all of them then.
Cans. Cans! The bread
That's all you.
queen.
Bread queen. You are now the bread queen.
I know who you're looking for. The owner of the bakery was a woman holding the same wicker basket as the one in the photograph. She took one glance at the picture I held up for her and gave a quick nod. This man, he works in Cannery 17 right next. He's a regular. He used to drop by every morning and buy sandwiches. Share of his co-workers haven't seen him around lately though. And those co-workers, I assume they were wearing the same uniform. Asking the question on my behalf, Otis showed the baker another photograph. Probably, he was always wearing one too. I guess it's the cannery uniform. This confirms our lead executive manager. A few inquiries at that cannery should bring us the information we need. Yeah, you're right, but it's just that she doesn't seem very concerned at all. She's one of the people in the photos that weren't affected by distortion, right? That should be a close acquaintance. I'm being verified, executive manager. Do you know the name of his regular smoker? His name? Am I supposed to know that? Though I was expecting to actually know his name, the apathy evident in her voice gave me pause. He took a photo of you. Wouldn't it be reasonable to assume that you're well acquainted with them? Oh, that. The baker's demeanor changed when Otis pressed the point. She gave a strange, unsettling smile before pulling something from her apron pocket. Thin and round, can-like object. He said he'd give me 5 of these can experiences for free if I let him take my picture. He even said he'd throw him the docugraph for the building of my choice. He docugraphs buildings, right? I hear he even takes work trips to the Nest every now and then. So I asked him to get me a docugraph of his lovely mansion I saw in the Nest suburbs. I know I'll never get to afford a beautiful place like that, but this way I could at least experience what it's like. Gosh, it was everything I'd ever hoped for. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. It was a distinct eeriness, that dreamy, blissful smile on the baker's face that sent a chill down my spine.
Young Marceau, are these canned experiences truly possessed of such marvels to pluck all semblance of reason from one's countenance?
They maintain high demand across the city. District 14 is only one of several markets.
Dost thou mean that those who indulge in canned experiences may experience venturing onto an expedition to the Great Lake and bungee jumping off the summit of that skyscraper yonder as they remain seated where they are?
They may, however.
Oh, a magic can, allowing one to pursue any dream the heart may conceive. Verily, I confess mine own soul is much tempted.
It differs from pursuing your dream.
He looks mad.
Yeah.
He actually looks upset by that.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Mass-produced canned experiences are made from basic experience batter. Fucking experience batter.
I don't know if you remember, but back in Kanto 6, when they were talking about, like, projecting identities from mirror worlds, they were talking about making perfect dough, which I think is an interesting connection there.
With various modified information, the resulting end product enables intense simulation through alternative memory. Therefore, it is unlike the dream as expressed by Don Quixote. A piece of memory refined along the numerous processing stages of the cannery's production finds not equivalent to genuine experience, meaning the user's experience in her previous statement must also be amended. Memories altered for intense simulation. That does sound quite shady.
How doth this cast a shade upon boons granted by the can? Adventures and tales are forsooth inclined toward a little grandeur.
It is because the memories provided by can experiences are extremely vivid. Statistics have shown that users of cans interpret them as authentic experiences and become dependent on them. A possible cause of formation dependence patterns is that can experiences allow one to feel as if one has achieved a dream that is, in reality, impossible.
Art thou implying that the users are made content with devouring forged dreams stored in instant-use cans? Worse still, the user may no longer strive to chase dreams in the waking world. For the sweeter and more splendidly a dream is embellished, the more impossible it will appear to be grasped with one's own hands. To become a cause for surrender instead of inciting one to march forth, verily doth it not annul the significance of the dreaming itself, if the resultant dream rouseth not the spirit to gallop toward it?
Whether that annuls its significance, I cannot know. But they sell well. So how much
They sell
well. So how much will you be buying? Buy what? You came barging in with all these questions and I was patient enough to answer them politely, wasn't I? Don't you think you owe me a sale or two? You're not about to leave without buying a single loaf after crowding up my bakery and scaring off my customers, are you? Her case was on point, actually. The whole group gathered around the passerbys, gave us a wide berth and hurried on, whispering among themselves, nobody's about to come in and buy bread like that. Come on, lady, I practically cleared your shelf already, didn't I?
You did? Where the hell are you keeping all that then?
In my secret pockets. You even got a ask? Of course I had some already. And the rest is safe and tucked in my coat pockets, so we can all share later.
She has, like, hammer space coat pockets.
Yep. So, you already ate some. Let's buy a little more. She was scared off the other customers.
Understood. Given that the expense is made to facilitate this operation, the lack of prior budgeting should not pose a problem.
Oh, nice. Sesame rice bun for me, please. It was Kim. He really did have a knack for making an entrance at the least expected moments.
Hey, mister! Where have you been this whole time?
Wait, what?
Huh?
Be cross with me all you like. Just give me a moment. Ezra paused, waiting in puzzled anticipation, only for Kim to take a sesame rice bun from the baker's hand and jump into it. Alright.
Frickin' waste of bread!
Ah! Ezra's angry fist struck straight into Kim's solar plexus, folding him to the ground like a crumpled sack of potatoes. He ran away. Ah! At this rate, the owner might start charging us for the whole bakery next, roof and all. Best get away from here. Manager. Rousseau approached me as we walked down. Fuck, he just. Manager, I'd recommend you stand over there. Why?
There is a fight. Right now.
Right now. Rousseau, I appreciate it, but next time give me a heads up. Understood.
Well, he did already say he would give a heads up next time, so if he fails to do that, that would be out of character.
Rousseau approached me as we walked down the street with Ezra and Kim still squabbling behind us. He was holding a roll of something brown and tightly coiled. I have complete development of the film, per your instruction. So this is a film in that castle you were shaking? Yeah, do I just unroll it? Put up against the sun or the source of light. As it is a reversal film, the images should be visible as they are photographed. I had no idea what a reversal film meant, but I did as he said, unroll the film. Okay, I can see it. It's pretty cool. Oh, is it showing? Can I see too? Well, wait, let me have a look too. It was hard to make out the details because the images were too small, but I could tell this strip was packed with almost identical pictures. Is this the same picture in every shot? In the same pose? In all of them? You're right. Oh, wait a second. The arm here, the further along the ship you go, the lower it gets. Yeah, and the head looks like it's turning to the right. Huh? We were also getting up the tiny frames on the film when Sinclair suddenly flinched and went stiff, like he'd seen something he shouldn't have. A second later, all color drained down his face. Sinclair, what's the matter, buddy? This reminds me of something I learned in school. You draw a picture in the corner of a stack of notes or a thick book in the exact same spot on every page. You start with the arms down, then you make one small change in each page, nudge the arms up, higher and higher until they raise all the way up. And if the page is fast enough, the drawing stops looking at separate images, the still figure starts moving. That class was called Introduction to Motion Pictures. I remember the teacher saying that video footage we watch are all made the same way. You're saying this is a continuous sequence of still images. The arrangement of the frame suggests that this film strip is highly likely to constitute footage, a violation of N-Corp's taboo. Huh.
Can you restart your stream? It's
Oh, sure.
the Discord stream. Maybe it's my internet, but it's not. Nope, that's better. Okay.
That's probably bad. That's probably bad.
A stage ominously named Taboo?
Yeah.
Not gonna use your middle team? I mean, you did, just go through the trouble of making the whole thing.
이 경로는 소모되게
crap.
Fun.
As soon as I registered Marceau's words, my hand reflexively threw the film to the ground. Are we gonna be okay? We might have just broken a taboo. My mind began to race, rapidly traveling back through our journey, specifically to the time when Don Quixote had smashed that window at K-Corp because the wing to wipe out our team multiple times over. I felt fate. It was created for Julius of us then, and ended up being not that big of a deal at the end of the day, since I could revive the sinners, but some taboos get serious trouble for carrying anything has to do with them, can't they? I hurriedly turned toward the sinners, many of whom looked every bit as troubled as I felt. Still, a few of them expressed a casual lack of concern, setting all the crazy things we've gone through so far. It's foul, so what'll happen is if this gets some manager killed? Just don't think about it.
Something.
Okay, the time loop.
Time loop time! Finally! Finally!
Stop freaking out, guys. They're not dying and we'll be fine. N-Corp's not going to kill you on the spot for possessing a film roll.
Really?
Well, it might be a problem if the film roll does contain genuine recorded footage, but it's not like you guys had a hand in filming it, right? When N-Corp dudes get here to pick it up, just comply with their commands and thank them for their service and nicely hand it over to the authorities, and everything should be a-okay.
There's a possibility that everything will not be okay.
Eh?
Because I have developed the contents of that film roll in that dark room.
Oh.
Art will take the lack of intentionality into consideration, however, it's very likely that my actions will be deemed as aiding the primary violator of the taboo. Really?
But a team leader said that N-Corp has their own regulatory standards regarding image quality, which they use to determine the severity of taboo violation. If the footage's image quality or frame rate is within regulations, N-Corp won't be sticking their fixers on our butts right away, and that could buy us time or give our company some leverage to make a deal, however small it might be. Because what they're really sniffing around for is how close to reality the video is, or how close of an experience it provides to real life. So even if we're really, really unlucky and they actually come after us, it's going to be fine as long as the footage is low fidelity. Probably.
Back to Angry Marceau face. So what exactly does a frame rate within regulations entail?
It means that the interval between each frame shouldn't be, like, super brief. Think about photo slideshows. They can only show you one image every few seconds, so it doesn't feel real or vivid, right? You can technically call them motion pictures, but there's no vividness required to violate their taboo.
Then, let us analyze this film roll and see how vivid it really is. Marceau, I trust that you are knowledgeable in subjects concerning N-Corp. Yes, cooperate. Just fucking cooperate! Could this film roll be considered a violation of the taboo? Otis picked up the film from the ground and showed it to Marceau. That could not be determined, unless each frame was thoroughly analyzed and compared with adjacent. Without waiting for Marceau to finish, Otis unrolled the film roll and raised it against the sky. Master, you get over here. Let's analyze these frames. The film cancer was labeled Experiment, so I assume the culprit has created this as a test run of sorts. Experiment to see how close they could get to violating a taboo, and to see the limits of the law. May even be mere collection of simple photographs or pretending to be recorded footage. Sinners all gathered on Otis and looked up toward the unrolled film in unison. Here, the flower pot moves between frames, doesn't it? The docugrapher could have possibly moved the pot while holding down the shutter button. I don't see any difference.
See here, the expression vision on the subject's visage appears rather stiff. Maybe they're just a gloomy sort.
Glances at you, son.
Side-eye. Perhaps, yet observe closer, the stiffness arises not from gloom, but from strain to maintain it. Oh, if that's the case, maybe the subject really is trying to fake an actual footage by moving very, very slowly.
That's a pretty convincing theory, but I'm not sure if that's enough to conclude that we're in the clear just yet. That's when Bamboo had a kid. We've been sprawled on the ground ever since Ezra punched him, stepped into conversation. Let's see. Look at the shadow cast on the windowsill. See how it noticeably shifts between each frame? Whoever made this knows their craft for sure, but I can't imagine a backstreet dweller would have any way to mess with the sun's trajectory. Unlike the scenario must be that the creator of this film world deliberately made a subject move very slowly from frame to frame, creating a series of disconnected photos that, when played sequentially, will look like footage that violates a tattoo. When I drink cold water, it is much harder to talk.
Yep, your tongue gets a little numb.
In which case, this film rule does not violate the Nest taboo, correct? That is highly probable. So he says, Executive Manager, we should be included for now, at least in regards to aiding the violation of Wing's taboo. Whew. But if he's going to go through this much trouble just to test N-Corp's patience, it's hard to believe that he'd have stopped here. Based on all available evidence, Executive Manager, it seems reasonable to conclude that the inflection point of this case is a taboo violator on the run. What motive would they have to do that? Sure, working for Wing subsidiary is other than being an actual Wing employee, but it's still pretty up there when it comes to careers there with the backshoots. Work for a subsidiary long enough, and you might even get transferred to the factory job, and Nestle gives you a pretty okay chance of better life. So, maybe he was just tired of living that kind of life. Everyone has one of those days, don't they? The sudden feeling that you could be doing more than live the rest of your life the 9 to 5 out. Oh, the drive to do something that takes you away from the pressure of trying to make a life. Something about what Ishmael must have said.
No, Ishmael, I've never once felt that.
No!
Not me!
Not me!
The single tear rolling down my cheek. Not once! No, never!
Never. Something about what Ishmael said must have tickled Bamboo Headed Kim, because he suddenly whipped around toward her and shook his head. Maybe, but how many of those people do you think are capable of throwing away everything they built on a whim? Well, see, maybe our couple just likes to play with fire.
Play with fire?
Yeah, must have been doing something that technically doesn't count as a taboo. It inch on and on till we rush thrillingly close to one. One thrilling shot through camera and another with the next, till eventually he ended up recording actual footage.
Cool, then that leaves the question of what the heck was he trying to do with it?
I'd have been trying to screen it using projector for all of this part of the backshoot to see. What do they make everyone here either unwittingly came across the projection? Right on, it would have made those folks violators of the taboo. But why would anyone...
So, would you care to explain how you know that, Mr. Breadbrain?
As around the opposite streets, apparently some guys were going around asking the workshops that could make him a projector. Seemed like most of them turned down, but they also said he stopped showing up after a certain point. Fair to guess it got his hands on the projector somehow.
Alas, is it not a taboo of N-Corp to view recorded videos? Pray tell, why would any insane mind...
Well, it ain't a taboo if you only made a projector, innit? Backstreet blokes are down for anything as long as there's coin.
How do we track this guy down? Multiple individuals in the same garb as the Pinframe team have just been identified in the vicinity. They are all carrying the same briefcase. Oh, well, isn't that convenient? Maybe we can play this like a festival or convention and just tell people who look like they're involved in what we're looking for, so they'll lead us to wherever we need to go.
Indeed, at architecture conventions there would be those in formal plaid shirts and suspenders milling about, and I could always trust them to lead me to the convention venue.
And it was common for those plaid shirt fellows look around like they're scanning the area. Did they also go around checking people against photographs?
Please advise for...
They also radioed each other? Staring at people like they're glaring at...
Perhaps you could answer that series of queries yourself.
Nope, this crowd sure don't look like they're gonna let us follow them.
Gregor, once again, jinxing everything.
Always.
적들이 뭔가 기분이 좋아 보이는 것
They're in a
같아.
good mood. It upsets me.
칼은 기분 나빠.
No. Before you win rate, this is the middle team. So anything that's not a skill 3, you just counter instead.
I don't know what...
I guess not the first turn, because Faust needs to be faster before you get the resonance. Next.
킬존이다! 쳐다보기에는 우리는 멋있는 건 알아가지고
나라도 그렇게 했을 테지. 이만하면 훌륭하고.
I think I messaged you about it. So I was looking through the
승객이 딱
the
콩 한 번
TTRPG
먹였어.
that the fans made for
그렇지.
Project
바로
And-
그거다 딸렘!
I I get what they're going for. It is, at least to me, slightly disappointing that there's no, like, class or background or features for, like, choosing a specific fixer or anything.
Or Syndicate, yeah. But I can also see why that'd be, like, really not easy to implement.
Yeah.
끝나고 나서
네,
고래구이
네, 네.
파티를
네.
열어주겠다고 하니.
So now,
Yo,
make
Nana.
Otis and Ishmael counter, and then Sinclair and Dawn. And then we got some stonks. It's gonna be good.
부숴줄 테다.
The entire Envy team is not, you know, P plus enter, but almost P plus enter, accounting for making everything purple.
Make everything purple. Well, you know what, Heathcliff, despite your best efforts, you did manage to win that.
이거 분강 맞지? 그렇지. 바로 그거로 딸래. 아무튼 슬램.
대성공이야.
Big
다른
damage.
When
신이나
you hit a middle
너랑
member.
구별하지 이기면서 뵐 수 있거든.
Well, I mean... Is there a bad thing about doing it like this? Like, they... Engi.
그래. 내가 왔다.
Yeah. On turns like that where you have a bunch of staggered people, it's probably
훌륭하군요.
quote unquote ideal to use your weaker skills just to get them off the board, basically. But
그쯤
It also
해줬으니
doesn't,
고장 잠번
yeah, it doesn't matter.
알아가지고.
I enjoyed the
But-
animation for the fucking
The unpack?
shit, yeah.
I love it. And then, you know, the sword becomes fiery. It's just cool. It's a very cool identity. The
그렇지.
sword gets progressively more
바로
fiery.
그거로 딸래.
골치 아픈
I'm so
것들이 거기
disappointed
조각이
that
되었군요.
Mersol truly
나쁘지 않은
suffers
성과야.
from, like, being an old ID in this team.
재밌겠는데? 훌륭하군요. 장부를 펼칠 것도 없겠고. 우리 엄마 멋있는 건 알아가지고.
Big stop. Ooh.
그래, 딱 반쯤 죽여버려. 13조 이하면 맞추려면 그게 제격이지.
매콤 주먹 모드.
Like I said, I get it to like a degree. Like
슬슬 지루하니까.
some of the
빨리
syndicates be
끝나버리는 게
much easier to design around than others, and you know, if you knew, like, you're like, ooh, this one is not hitting like the others, it'd feel really bad.
장난이
It's also like
길었군.
if you made like a thumb, you have to make like a thumb class that has to track its ammo so carefully and specifically, and it's like,
Oh, they do actually have like an ammo
그렇게
system.
시원하게 처리.
oh, they do.
They do,
보는
yeah.
맛이 나는군.
That's cool.
일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜 답답한 법이지.
방금의 공격.
And you know, it's like at least what I saw is like, you know, if you go like the thumb to give yourself like the
하지만 이런 시시한
bayonet
챔피언도
rifle or whatever,
긴장감을
like
풀어놓은
every
예술을
session, you only have like 4-ish bullets or something.
멋있는
Yeah.
건 알아가지고.
You gotta make
Not even
those.
the good bullets.
You gotta
either.
make those shots
Bullets.
count.
그, on, 올.
God forbid you fucking
하지만 슬슬 몰리는군.
you lose the
근처에
clash with your bullet.
용세형이라는 군 거를 파는 곳 있나? 어때 딸? 엄마밖에 없지?
And you know, like it's a cool system that like you can do that because you know it's like it's a default
저 살점을
weapon that you then just gave the
더
modifiers
붉게
like make it
칠해지겠지?
work like that. Like that's kind of neat, but
72조 사망 디행
예.
사야. 이 확인된 강화 시술로 중지를 위협했으니 죽을 때까지 참아줘야 할 거다.
거긴
Honey
킬 중이다.
residents go.
쳐다보기엔 우리 엄마 멋있는 건 알아가지고.
He's applies so much goddamn paralyze.
Wait, what?
Heathcliff applies so much paralyzed, like just in basic abilities. Which is super rare and really strong.
He does big punches.
Oh, big mistake, buddy.
맞지?
You should have hit him.
필살.
That's the number one mistake.
넷 브레이크 슬램.
Holy shit! She rolled 4 heads with 0
다른
SP.
신나. 노래 부를까?
내가 봐주마.
Why is Faust in your middle team? I mean, she got fucking command overdrive, Malphite.
And she's also fast, so she doesn't, you know,
그래.
interrupt the
딱
chain.
반쯤 죽여버려.
Goes in every team.
13조 이항에 맞추려면 그게
그쯤
체력이-
해줬으니 포장지 한번 벗겨야겠군. 엄마 멋있는 건 알아가지고.
좋아. 이번에는 제대로 들어갔군.
Hooper!
어쩌네.
Damn it!
Ricardo commenting over
Damn it.
Ricardo who
Fucking Tails do 11 damage. Thanks.
맘, 둘, 안. 아비들도 매번 이런 식이었다. 지가 내킬 때만 잘해줬지.
The only thing about like doing these for the residences is like, man, am I not gonna build like I don't even have any equipped ego. I am not.
Oh yeah, you need a lot of the envy ego to really get the most out of it.
불가 위야.
But there's a huge subset of ego that is like basically fueled entirely by envy. I think we should have the I'll go for Caesar's Otis from the battle pass at least.
쳐다보기엔 우리 엄마 멋있는 건 알아가지고.
And there's electric screaming. There's Hex now.
Right about it.
무, 타, 법을 이제야 좀 이해해.
Actually, hold on. Let me check something.
Bow bow. Big bow.
나라도 그렇게 했을 테지.
You hit the boy. Should have done that.
이만하면 훌륭하고.
Mistake.
Mistake. Should have done that. Like it is cool, but I stand by. I dislike the idea of I have a character who only exists to lose clashes to make the others be like stronger. I dislike
고야지
that.
같은 새끼들.
Well, it's not just quote unquote make he buffs the whole team when he gets hit. That's the. Also, he has clash lose specific like conditionals on his abilities. What Mercil does is he's basically a support because heavy hitters like Ishmael and Heathcliff and Otis are super duper strong. Some of the strongest IDs in the game, but they have to have that constant envy. Is like the trade-off of it, quote unquote. But also, yeah, it's a bit micromanaging, so I can see the
거긴
for random
킬
story
중이다.
type 2, you know, like
훌륭하군요. 그렇지.
Bow bow bow. Bow bow bow.
되겠냐고요.
kind of interesting that Ishmael just gains more SP just by using her abilities.
쳐다보기엔 우리 엄마 멋있는 건 알아가지고.
I guess that's just so she like has one. Oh, I don't see this very often. That's cool.
Pow pow.
그 정도 각오로 우리 식구를 건드려.
미피가 배고파 했어. 잘 됐다.
Hey, the 1-2 got the kill. You know, that's something.
Pow pow.
재밌겠는데?
Oh no, I only have about 2 hours. I don't know if it's enough time. It might be. We'll see.
우리는 멋있는 건 알아가지고.
2 hours from now or 2 hours total?
From now.
Should maybe be able to finish.
그렇지.
If we don't, it'll be a very little amount left, I think.
Okay.
골치 아픈 것들이 거기
And then the
끌어들였군요.
next game, we introduce you to Halo Combat Evolved.
이제
Maybe.
갖고 놀기. 틀렸다.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나.
으쌰. 그렇지. 이거
일처리는
금강 맞지?
빠르게
바로 그거다 딸래.
덜
필살.
답답한 법이지.
바이올렛 브레이크 슬램.
Thanks, Marcel.
Thanks, Heathcliff. Unironic. No sarcasm.
야호. 이기는 편, 우리 편.
그럼 끝이다. 그렇지. 바로 그거다 딸래.
되겠냐고. 온, 올. 하지만 슬슬 물리는군. 근처에 융수염이라는 군 거를 파는 곳 있나?
My egos.
있군. 저기 해결사님들.
Would it perhaps help?
Fast.
Oh, you do have hex now.
Peter. Where?
What you can do is on the left there, you can click on the individual sinners so you don't have to go back to the main page when you want to swap stuff like Ego.
Where? He. Probably better where.
For this team, yeah.
Red eyes open.
Red eyes and the cooler red eyes.
Fucking red eyes, black dragon.
The thing is, I think both of those came out at the same time.
But that's a crush. I guess you're fine. Deal damage. So you choose turn. Get one attack power up. That seems odd. Niche. Yeah.
That's actually very good.
Actually really good. I actually use it fairly often. What I get for upgrading this?
Attack weight,
I
which
mean,
is pretty good.
that's pretty good. As I go, it's
attack weight is always pretty damn good.
now, I use it a lot when I'm using Ryoshu. We'll ignore the fact she's not in this party, but right now.
If you gave her XP tickets, she could be like the backup. Ryoshu comes in as backup and is slightly powerful because Otis died, you know, a little just in case.
Is a really cool Ryoshu idea.
At that point, do you have any other leveled nurse fathers?
Not leveled, but like
Okay.
I have the tickets for it. I still have like 300 tickets. Like,
Yeah, because you could do a combination middle House of Spiders, where if your middle IDs die, the House of Spiders start filing in, and then if they go down,
Fucking start
Ryoshu comes in at the
filing
end. Ryoshu comes in at the end, a god of hyper death, because a bunch of nurse fathers are dead.
There is a middle nurse, thumb nurse father. But
Okay, just put.
yeah, I feel like that just works.
I feel like that just
She's
works.
such a good identity. She's so good.
And I don't really have like a good option for.
Yeah, he's just Heisho.
He's just there, man.
I mean, you do have the replacement I would use for this team. It's the Lamp Gregor or the AEDD Gregor. You have both. You just need to, level them. But resources are scarce.
Get in there, fucking weirdo.
Leave him up Taiwan. He's there to die.
기치부터 아방가르드까지 무엇 하나 빠짐이 없도록 제가 직접 큐레이팅
The
해드리죠.
fucking holes in that hat are so stupid to me.
It's such a dumb hat. But it's so very ring.
One day, maybe we'll go through the, 50 we have.
Maybe that's what we do if we have to do another stream after this one. We finish Monastic Experience and then just do a bunch of Uptie stories. I'll be guess, yeah.
Look, if he's gonna be, part of the main team I'm using, which he is.
Level 1 upgrade, yes.
I'm working on it, hold on.
No, I'm not saying, you have to level him. I just think it's funny that there's, this one level 1 guy on the team.
잘 됐네. 이제 여긴 정리하고 다른 쪽
I'm gonna have much definitely use uptime to get that fucking passive.
먼 것까지도 아주 선명하게 보여. 이때껏 볼 수 없었던 것도
Lamp.
어두워 보이지 않았던 것도 전부.
Gregor
테스트는
has
이대로
two
종료하자고.
Hohenheim identities,
Yeah,
which
well-
is interesting. Hohenheim has two identities, which might be unique among identities. The same person being identitized multiple times. Is there another example of that? Yes, there is. It's the Molar office, because there's the Molar office Boatworks and then the Molar office regular. But those aren't for the same sinners, so... Kim Ji-hoon loves Hohenheim, and I don't blame him.
자유로워질 수 없어. 이 거미줄을
She's
끊어내지
so
않고서는
fucking mad.
What?
She's so goddamn mad.
Yeah, everybody dies, and then she comes in gone. Because she doesn't need to be there when they die, right? If they die,
Nope,
she
as
gets
long
the
as they, yeah. She gets a resource, she fills some of her resources if she's on the squad when they die, but the actual buffs, as long as they have died, she gets them.
I did completely forget to finish the egos. I got distracted.
Whoops.
Good. Yep.
Yep. You don't want Dimension Shredder because you don't want him to revive. I mean, you got the two big ones. Sunyata's utility is pretty good, healing SP. It is a good passive.
That seems pretty good.
This is an incredible passive.
If you're doing Tremor.
If you are having a tremor team.
Which I
Like for the
don't.
Lucio Heathcliff, that shit goes crazy.
Which I
but
don't.
yeah, you don't.
It's funny going through these, and you can really see the characters. So the people I actually use.
The characters with investment and the characters currently without.
Give me funny wings and that one. Yep. Perseverance, Raccoons, and what up? And yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't have a passive. Man, you're not gonna do fucking. I'll give you the fucking some of them. I gotta do that.
Brilliant Glory, Leisure Domain, and then I mean Lantern because you have it.
Lantern. Oh no, you gotta put the minigun in because you gotta put the minigun in because it's funny. Because it's funny, and then you gotta put my only Wah in there, and then you gotta put my only Tether. There you go.
Well, I mean, it basically builds itself, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, ignore the fact that, like, I don't think I generate resources for the majority of those.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Actually, if you use the I'll go for Scissors Otis, she will automatically convert envy resources into other eco resources, which is
really
nice. Yeah.
Good day. Oh.
I believe that gets. Maybe that gets better as you thread spin it, but yeah, it's
actually really cool. It's only good for the Steam, but like if I'm gonna be doing it,
yeah, up to 5.
Yeah, no, that's actually really cool. Up to that's cool. And it heals.
Yep, it's a pretty good EO.
That is. Yeah, that's really good, actually. Neat.
And its corrosion actually has utility separate from its awakening, because one is like a multi-coin and the other is a single coin.
Too bad I don't think like my Heisho team that Otis is on, I don't think they generate like almost any purple.
Alas. Hardly a challenge. What a WOT.
Well, there's not much of a Fado 101. Service Day Cloud is not a combat specialist department. While they have all undergone basic combat training for exigent circumstances, they are not prepared for head-on conflicts. Whenever you see a word you've never seen before, yeah, no, they kept taking pictures of us with their briefcases. I'm guessing that's their primary job description.
What are they snapping away for then? Whispering behind our backs like a load of creeps.
Tracking photos include in the report for the higher upside wager. I can kind of see how they could think we're involved in this somehow. Every time they followed a lead, they end up encountering us. They end up getting the shit kicked out of them. Weird.
They're not being unreasonable here, actually.
Rasul stood a footstep away from the rest of the sinners and watched in silence as they tried to come up with an explanation. What is he thinking? What is it that he wishes to say? Or is simply contemplating, observing with any preconceived notions in his mind? Man, I cannot wait for Rasul's Kanto.
September.
Well, part 1.
I want to watch this man lose his shit.
Part 1, September.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe he doesn't lose his shit. Maybe he actually has like a fucking pretty good time.
When was the last Kanto a Sinner had a pretty good time, huh?
I mean,
Kanto, maybe it was Honglu, actually. Maybe Honglu was the only Sinner to have a pretty good time.
Honglu had a pretty good time, relatively speaking.
He released like all of the repressed emotions. You know,
he finally he got the release he needed. He got to express himself. He got to directly result in killing like all the people who like basically ruined his life.
That is true, but he didn't really care about that part. I think
he got to connect.
I really don't think he holds any grudges.
He got to connect with the other guy, the cool guy.
Yeah, Jiachu.
And you got to connect with this sister.
Shichun, yeah.
Shichun. They had some time. That's pretty good.
That's true.
Gregor had like the least bad time. He had to like relive bad memories, but like compared to everybody else, and like, it wasn't like he thought he was actually there. He's like, yep, I remember this.
This shit sucks.
This shit sucks. And then the big hands came down. He went, I know who those are, Mom. And then that was the end of the canto.
This shit remains sucks.
It was like, yep, you know what? I was thinking maybe my PTSD was like kind of dumb, but you know what? It was bad. I remember now it was bad. Then Radia was like, House with legs, and that was the end of that.
House with legs.
House with legs.
That was the whole canto. Yep, I can't remember anything else about it.
She like talked about her friend who is a villain at some point that we're gonna fight, but like that was, but her wasn't really expanded on outside of like she killed someone and she regretted it.
Well, she killed someone who she absolutely believes deserved it. She doesn't regret that at all, but that person was related to the Middle, and so the Middle came down on her whole street and basically killed everyone she knew.
Yeah. Sinclair got to get past a lot of his trauma. He had to go through it again, but he did get, like, he got to, like, acknowledge and beat it. Like, Sinclair was the hero of his canto, and not a lot of characters can say that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Not a lot of the sinners can be like, I overcame my canto and did the thing that needed to be done.
I guess Yi-Sung too, actually. Like, aside from the whole, you know, losing most of the ties to his old organization, he did also do the Han Lu thing of overcoming his repressed emotions and actually letting himself feel things.
He overcame his repressed emotions. He got to, like, he finally feels like he's actually, air quotes, friends with everybody else, or at least on the path to that, which he was not feeling that before.
True.
Ishmael,
not the good guy of her canto, did not have a good time.
she had to have like a very intense hate boner with fucking what's her name? I forget.
Ahab.
Of them
the
just,
fault lies with you, Ishmael.
Of them just holding each other's throats. Help me kill the whale, and I let you kill me any way you want. Very well.
A whole lot of mental wellness in that room.
Whole lot of very, very well handled emotions in that room. Ryoshu did not have a good time, although she's having a better time now that her memories are gone.
Ryoshu was having a pretty darn good time up until the whole killing her daughter thing.
Until she found out she killed her daughter. Well, no, she had a really bad time when she found out her daughter wasn't where she thought she was.
Yeah, and then from that point on, had a bad time, culminating in a bad time so bad she tried to erase her entire brain.
But up until that, she was having a pretty good time, honestly.
Yeah, like all of part one, Ryoshu actually had a pretty darn good time.
So, you know what? That could be Merceau.
Yeah!
All the part one, he has a real good time. Part two...
And then he flips his lid.
Part two, some bad times. Maybe he's gonna like do one thing wrong. The first thing he's done wrong in his life, and his crash out is gonna be biblical.
I can see it.
And then part three, he does the thing right, and he's good again. Dante says, yeah. Merceau, I order you to not corrupt. And Merceau goes, understood. And then he's good, and he's better again.
Merceau, manifest ego. Yes, manager.
Yes, manager. Merceau, create a new ego for me. Yes, manager.
Merceau, win my next 10 pull. I would like 4 3-star IDs. Do it too.
Not should be any different from his usual reticence, but as though by some chance or whim. Hey, Merceau. I struck by a sense of a brief yet distinct strangeness. I was compelled to speak with him. Yes, manager. Don't hesitate to let me know if there's something you want to say. but aren't sure if you're supposed to say it. Yes, Manager. I would do as you order should one such circumstance occur. As always, his reply was deflatingly concise and direct, as though he had some rule of his own that told him that this was a specific response for situations like these. Okay, but I'm talking about right now, actually. Do you have anything to say right now that, you want to say? No, I do not. It did not appear to me that he was trying to hide anything, nor choosing the words in response to my questions. His reply was simply that, an answer. Nothing more. Yes, a prepared answer, written down, and illustrated response is the fucking dialogue tree.
Mersal has a strict dialogue tree he will always adhere to.
You gotta fucking, loop him back a few times, get him stuck in, a logic loop a few times, and then you can get, the secret dialogue tree.
You gotta hit Mersal with this statement is false to get him thinking, catch him off his feet.
That's what it felt like to me, as though this particular answer had always been the only one he had available for situations like this. Clearly, prodding him for answers wasn't going to get me anywhere, so... Sure, if you say so. I turned away from him and took off to join the other sippers. As I did so, a few words lingered on my proverbial tongue, asking to be let out. So I did. Would have been nice to know what you're looking at. Of that. He spoke. I cannot form a judgment. But... that is because the precise definition and nature of the subject of my gaze are just as unknown to me as to you. Should you point to an object or an enemy, I can provide a preferable explanation based on my current knowledge. If you require such information, please rephrase your question accordingly. I asked him again then, and I tried to get to the bottom of that line of questioning. Could I find myself the smallest peak in Emersol's psyche, which had remained entirely shrouded in mystery even after an entire year of Has it only been a year? I think it's been longer.
It's been basically a year.
I suppose it's not up for me to judge as well. Manager. Yeah? Another battle is imminent. As you previously joked, I informed you of an imminent battle.
There we go! Yo, Boss Clock, are you just gonna sit there all day while we do all the fighting? They're pouring out of that building over there!
They must have been on their way to that building. Our path ahead seems clear. Executive Manager, let's neutralize those foes and head up there. Gotcha! Mirror that! Brief lull of battle came to a close. And battling enemies who arrived precisely at the time Mersal had predicted, we made our way into the building.
Bloody hell, them blokes we fought downstairs must have been the weaker ones of the bunch. I don't know why he's Australian now, but fuck it.
How does N-Corp have so many guys on their payroll? There's no end to them!
Haha, it is a wing after all. Are these the taboo violators? I thought the culprit worked alone.
No, I'm quite certain they're the ones from the subsequent reports. The N-Corp fixers appeared just as confused as we were. It was clear to me that they were expecting to find the taboo violator here, not in a big group of a dozen or so people.
What were they thinking, sending fodder like us to deal with an organized taboo violation? They should have sent taboo hunters here instead.
Man, at least he knows what he is.
He knows he's a jobber.
At least he knows what he is.
I respect that self-awareness.
Why do you think they told us to consume canned experience containing mass melee combat? They must have thought our current manpower would suffice to deal with this.
I don't know about that.
Wait, was there an extra report? No, one of them's, All of a sudden, a click, the room began to buzz with metallic whir of some kind of machinery. And immediately I could tell what it was. Distortion. Standing in the middle of the shabby room was a device I wasn't sure if I'd seen before. Its exterior was plastered with strange shapes that looked similar to what we saw on the Chinokun's face in earlier battles, making it difficult to grasp its full shape. The round object affixed to it began to rotate slowly, with the dull, worn-out groan of a thing past its prime. Men! Shield your eyes! The moment it began to emit a faint ray of light, Otis thundered in a commanding voice. Ah! I quickly turned away as well, making sure not to catch even a glimpse of it. The device could be playing a recorded video, Executive Manager. Even a brief look like it could could constitute a taboo violation.
Shit. I saw that. I'm so furnished.
Just as panic began creeping the voice of several unlucky individuals. Oh man, folks are getting a little embarrassing. A sleepy voice breaks through the darkness, past my, metaphorically speaking, shut eyes.
Mentor.
Eyes open, Ongdu. What's wrong with everybody? Got dust in your eyes? What the hell's wrong with you? Don't you know that anyone who watches even a split second of a recorded video in N-Corp gets? Of course I know, but I watched it anyway. Open your eyes and see fellows' motion pictures are recorded.
Hang on. He's right. That video's not a recording.
Possibly motivated by Kim's comment, or perhaps believing that seeing the video could be excused as incidental exposure incurred while subduing violators, the N Corp employees also opened their eyes and began to mutter amongst themselves. Is that thing talking to us? I allowed myself a good look at the machine, which was firing a conical beam of light against the side of the wall. This was its message, delivered via white words on black background.
So you've tracked me down this far. After what I went through to take refuge in here, they still end up finding this place. All of you blindingly consuming fake experience after fake experience, without even a care about the real thing.
Case number TC3224. You are under suspicion of a Category 3
They
violation.
arrest the projector.
I mean, reveal yourself now and forfeit your illegal recordings. Should you comply, we will...
What is foolery but witless buffoonery, the absence of fools? A hallowed vessel bereft of all but lingering delusions grants not even a rule of echo to the dogged excoriation of tools. What's this fella on about?
If you mean to obstruct our official duties, we won't hesitate to use force.
Not even so much as turning around, bamboo-headed Kim raised his sword and parried away the N-Corp employee's nail-shaped weapon. I'm only speaking as my whim guides me, my dear fellows. No need to get so huffy. I only aim to say this abomination has no consciousness.
After what I went through to take refuge in here, they still ended up finding this place. All of you blindingly consuming fake experience after fake experience without even a care about the real thing.
It's repeating the same sentences over and over. Hell, that does make me wonder. Was I just as far gone when I disordered, past all words and reason? I mean, if anyone has answered that question, it'd be you folks, right? Kim said nothing more. He turned a piercing look on us, all the while effortlessly swatting, just idly not looking, parrying all the attacks.
Casual chat.
As though he was goading us into telling the truth. Well, don't suppose there's any point in asking. I'm no different from this abomination. Just as it wields that contraption, I must wield the only thing I've really known. The blade. Transformed into a mindless fiend, consumed a mere tool, even through both friend and foe, unrestrained.
Hey, Junior, are you still on about that?
I tried to avert my eyes, I truly did. Such disregard is easier said than done. How can I, when that disordered being has no qualm showing me the... Doesn't he know how rude the unsolicited reflecting of the fathoms of one heart is? Gotta be illegal or something. Legal, I say. Turning a customer into a thug on a protection racket run. He ran before a car motion into a swerving driver. Conjuring dead followers before the eyes of the mentor. Simply unconscionable. Rude as hell, some might say. My poor heart almost burst out of my chest, courtesy of you. And that's what's second. I think I saw Marceau's eyebrows twitch. Abato's imminent action. Just a natural response to sensing imminent battle, perhaps? A blinding flash followed by an explosive bang, my vision immediately went wide and decided to take its damn time come back. And when it did, first thing that came into view was a particularly unsettling landscape escort, followed by bamboo-headed Kim surrounded by a small army of Chinoki.
Mentor!
Keep that up and you'll shout me deaf, young dude. Isn't it about time we both grew accustomed to such sights?
Mentor, still do I wake from these dreams drenched in cold sweat, and that they might bind and drag you away.
Yeah, this isn't so bad, isn't it? Just these folks so far, unlike earlier. Another flash. What was that? Everyone dark.
I don't understand what's happening, but first things first. We have to neutralize everyone here and get our mission back on track.
Adjusting projection.
I've been trained far and wandering all day for this exact reason.
So that was its mechanism.
Faust? Words began to shift rapidly before I had a chance to ask Faust what she'd know.
If the one who finds comfort settling in lies I'll give you most deserved your gaze.
Bollocks! I'll be blind before today's over at this rate!
It changed.
It did?
Unlike the earlier instance, one of the distortions is different from the others. As Marceau identified, there was something different about the Chinoku this time. They were accompanied by someone else. A warrior in impressive armor wielding a sword that was just as tall. That armor, a great Wando of the Sao Circle. To be reunited in such a manner. Well, the warrior drew a bow that hung from the waistcoat and knocked an arrow. Arrow. I suppose as I would have gone down had you been the one to grab me. Military Commissioner, I'm Gyeongup. Fuck! How do you fare, friend?
In Gyeongup or something like that.
Gyeongup.
At the signal arrows loosen. Seize the accused.
Warrior loosened the knocked arrow, soared in the sky for piercings. And an air-splitting sound as a cue, the Chinoku began to swarm us. I am so bad at names if it's not in English.
Fair.
얼간이들이 흥겨워하는군. 대체로
Ah, fuck up,
이유가
purple.
있는 법입니다.
Ah, purple.
이유를
Get him, boy!
부숴줄 테다.
그렇지. 이거 금강 맞지?
바로 그거다 잘래.
아니었던 것 같긴 한데.
아무튼 슬램.
Hey, you got a lot of shielding, buddy. It is crazy, like Faust. That was so many tails. It is crazy. Like, I mean, it makes sense because, you know, it's a skill like two that does it, but just how much paralyzed he applies. Dude, get him, Marcel!
나부터 상대해야 할걸?
Ow. Ow. You did the thing, you hit me.
끝나고 나서
They did
보내고의
it.
파티를 열어주겠다고 하니 의욕이 좀 났나?
A lot. I see.
This is a proper boss fight.
I see. Interesting. Piloting.
It's like a mech suit.
Mech suit. It's an exo.
It's like power armor.
Yeah, it's an exosuit.
Faust should maybe. Yeah, he read my mind.
대답하지마.
쳐다보긴. 우리는 멋있는 건 알아가지고.
나가봐라!
It'll forever just be ludicrous to me that Radia can single-handedly carry, like, can keep raising sinking, like, potency and count, even if she's the only sinking member of the team.
Yeah. It's gonna be very little potency, but she can almost maintain a stack with no other thinking members. As long as it's not literally everyone is attacking the unit she's applying to, it's ludicrous. It's insane.
Have some fucking paralyzed, bitch. Idiot. paralyze into unbreakable coins is really funny though. Oh, you did 1 damage. Good job, dumbass.
확실히 훌륭한 오번 수감자.
It doesn't matter.
훌륭한 순간도 넘어간 적이 많다지.
엄마만큼은 못하지만 나도
Now you can get a resonance going.
방금 기술 봤어? 디테일 진짜
That
장난
was,
아니던데.
it's not as good as Mama's, but I can also get a sizzle and slice. That's interesting. So should I just defend?
재밌겠는데? 틈을 끊어.
I wonder if in the next canto they'll like say who the mom is, if like they have a voice line that mentions it.
장부를 펼칠 것도 없게
For the Ishmael ID, I forget it now. The daughter of
The mama is
그쯤
Otis.
해줬으니
That's
포장지 한번
oh,
벗겨야겠군.
because of the IDs. Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
털만하게.
Granny Otis and Zoomer daughter Ishmael.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
It's so funny having everybody else go and then Merceau go 1, 2.
And you know what? His skill 3 still did more than Sinclair's there, so he's doing something right. Like, get that boy some electric screaming, and he'll be no problem.
이거 긴강 맞지?
그렇지. 필살. 바로 그거다 딸래. 브레이크 슬램.
골치 아픈 것들이 고기 조각이 되었군요, 단테. 나쁘지 않은 성과입니다.
Interesting. Only takes damage if it's the direct. Guys, you don't.
Fuck that guy in particular.
It's everybody who's like Mark's.
대답하주마.
이제 깨우치시게. 쳐다보긴 우리는 멋있는 건 알아가지고.
그냥 5배.
Bow.
그렇지. 바로 그거다 딸래.
Man, you are really resistant to damage.
한 놈의 죽음으로 끝내기엔 죄가 너무 크고 저기 벌벌 떨고 있는 나머지 녀석들도 쳐야만 한다.
Otis, where you at? Otis, give me some resources.
가세.
과연
I was like seeing Bigfoot.
믿지 않았군.
I told you I'd play scissors.
나는 분명 가위를 내겠다고 했을 텐데.
쳐다보긴 우리는 멋있는 건
좋아.
알아.
이번에는 제대로 들어갔군.
그렇지. 바로 그거다, 딸렘.
지루하군. 하지만 이런 시시한 전투에도 긴장감을 불어넣어줄 비장 예술이 하나 있지.
Every
How
goddamn
goddamn
time.
Goddamn
생각이지?
time.
가세.
Yay! Ah!
내
제발.
배가 배고파했어. 잘 됐다. 그치?
I wanna get the healing shield.
재밌겠는데?
장부를 펼칠 것도 없겠군.
얼마나지?
You know how Otis's sword unpacking works?
No, I don't remember. It's something along using like the skill 3 for healing or something.
Yes. So every turn she can lower her stack of sunglasses status if she uses her skill 3, or a counter that becomes a skill 3. And once it reaches 0, she does another unpacking stage. So a part of the reason Envy Resonance is really, really critical to her getting online is because every turn she can basically use a skill 3 and get another step closer to the unlock.
아득한 여정. 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를
And actually managing to get the unlock
스스로
is pretty goddamn cool. Most battles don't go long enough to where that actually
직접
happens.
싸워보질 않았어.
Unless you really try to make it
가족일
happen.
것이라고 생각했나? 관리자의 전투 교육도 위에 제시해야 할 수 있겠어.
Yeah, just like hit my boys. Take like yeah.
Hexnail. For Faust.
Oh yeah. Which one is the worst one?
Yes.
Can you flash any of these that aren't being flashed? I mean, I
He could
guess.
flash all of them.
Huh?
He could probably flash all of them. Envy Resonance.
그래 더 키워.
이제 갖고 놀기 틀렸다.
Big. Complete and total extermination. Big.
Boom.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
And then you get hit, because how dare you?
How fucking dare you?
가슴 가장 깊은 곳까지 박히도록.
This is probably still gonna hurt. Not that much. 'Cause
I got the overdrive shield. It's funny how many different book effects he has on him.
It's all books.
Rude. Rude.
That did not roll a single head, and that is very fortunate.
바로 그거다, 딸렘.
The hand.
I shall set my form aright.
Fuck.
Just a little more, and I think we might be able to smash that dang thing to smithereens, but...
Man, you're doing a lot worse than she is. Yeah, but we gotta... It's...
Environmental storytelling.
Yeah, but we gotta focus on one thing of that huge warrior zapping in our reality as soon as we make ourselves an opening. Make our lives a whole lot easier if we could get rid of just one of them. The battle seemed to be taking a toll on the sinners, more so than usual. It wasn't that we were up against an insurmountable foe, not even close. Not to mention how Ezra and Alan were here to help us out. But...
Sure, haven't they had enough? About time they gave up, innit? Or don't you go legging it again!
I fucking love Heathcliff. Like, Cockney British is so funny to me. It's because I love Warhammer and Orcs so much, but Cockney British is so goddamn... Boys, we gotta leg it! It's just...
Yep.
A big sword game fellowship. It's fun. It sure is kicking our butts, but I don't know if that's the key to solving the distortion.
We ain't exactly flush with options, are we? Our exit's blocked and it ain't like we can stop mid-fight to strategize.
The battlefield constantly shifting and flashing between N-Corp and S-Corp. We simply did not have the breathing room to focus on either the projector or Im Yang Ya, who was swinging that great blade of fright to the force. Besides...
And two, I'll cover his back too. Which shall be done.
N-Corp was sending far too many people against us. There weren't that many at first, but it seemed that some spec employee casualties in an area so close to us had alerted N-Corp to our location. How do we get out of this? Mouse? Otis? Let me out here! I decided to stop racking my brain, trying to navigate a situation I know so little about, and instead rely on the sinners with possibly more experience in the field. First, I need to know if there's any way we can deal with the endless reinforcements N-Corp is sending after us. And second, will defeating In Gyang Yup or destroying that projector bring an end to this distortion phenomenon? If I may speak quickly, Executive Manager, it is unlikely that our present force will be sufficient to overcome the current rate of enemy reinforcements. Not only is this battle situated in close proximity to enemy stronghold, but there is an unpredictable variable in that strange machine that makes neutralizing even a single wave of enemies difficult. I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but we are trapped in a battlefield with but a single exit which the enemies have already blocked. Without reinforcements of our own, there's little hope of prevailing through this current predicament. It seems that way to me too. But maybe we can neutralize the distortion phenomenon at the very least.
Faust recommends entering the Dungeon of the Fathoms as our exit.
Dungeons of the Fathoms? But how can I enter if we can't even talk to the distortion? Wait, maybe. During the LCB regular checkup back at the LCE.
He says that all you have to do is read what's on that note in front of his distortion. Apparently it's some kind of code?
Right! Keywords! This one seems to be a location-type distortion, which means that regardless of where the bright flash takes us, N-Corp, a twisted caricature of S-Corp, we're still within its range. In other words, as long as I have the right keywords, I can summon an entrance to Dungeons of the Fathoms, and you will within it. Okay, so what are the keywords to this distortion? Odheim had provided the necessary keywords for his distortion back then, but this time we had to figure out our own. First things first. One of them has to be photograph. It's obviously been present throughout the entire phenomenon.
If I may, perhaps experience may be one of them.
Isang put his 2 cents in, having briefly retreated from the battle to the backlines.
There's an undercurrent of obsession with experiences staining his every trait. It must have aught in relation to what has caused his distortion.
I like to imagine this is how Dante is like throughout the fight, just hands in his pockets like, oh boy.
Experience. The concept alone lacks substance. It must be something more grounded, something that is at once synonymous with experience, while maintaining a through line to N-Corp's technology that was the core of his obsession.
And experience?
Most likely, thinks Faust.
Alright then, photograph, can experience.
Naught seems to transpire as of yet.
It didn't, but I could feel it. Aren't these the kind of photographs they use to make canned experience? So that's what the strange sensation was. Mentioning the word shook the distortion and caused that rippling. It was clearly not enough to force open the Dungeon of Fathoms. How many other keywords could there be? Scraps. Sorry? Oh, I thought we ought to take turns sharing what might have caused them to distort. Oh, by the way, you folks are saying you piece one after another. I thought this would be some sort of a Zen riddle. Not a Zen riddle, no, but where did scraps come from? See, when enjoying the benefits of slacking off the work, all kinds of mundanities come to possess far more interesting qualities. Sometimes even revealing secrets, visible to eyes focus elsewhere. Take our person of interest to wit. He has been poking around this area of town with an eye-wateringly expensive camera in tow, so conspicuously that every soul owner I'd gladly prodded for information tales tell about it. Each tale added another facet to the long saga of one driven man, a man with a can-do attitude, an uncanny ability to pull himself up by his own bootstraps, and a clear path towards Nest residence, who became so bewitched by photography that he eventually squandered his fortune on what was, in the end, nothing more than a pastime. That went on until he found himself reduced to a pauper, barely making rent on a scrap heap of an apartment.
In pursuit of his ideality, the man lost grip of fortune and reality.
I sought out his apartment and found a few scraps of his ride. Cold rain drips through the roof, and mold and tepid humidity together encroach from the earth. The mind begins to wander. Lost. Eventually, madness is evoked in a form indistinguishable from drunkenness. Hopper loses himself. A shadow darker than any I had seen on Kim's face crept beneath the shade of his eyes. No, I had seen that look once in the past. Though it would be more accurate to say that I had heard it in his voice that echoed in his fathoms, distorted by guilt and regret. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised by the fact that this distortion has, among the countless people here, taken a particular interest in Bamboo Had to Kill. Photographed can experience and scraps. Like inserting the final piece of the puzzle, the space between us momentarily warped and flashed, opening a pathway to distortion's boundaries. Well then. We'll be right behind you, Sector Manager.
Miss Ezra, this is what I had seen then, the gateway to one's fathoms.
Fun fact, during the wait for Canto 10, they're adding the refract trials. Ooh.
More refract trials? That's cool.
That's what chat member said.
Yeah, this is it, huh? Neat stuff. But,
Before she could finish, Ezra had to redirect her focus from our discussion back to the battle. Most of the senators were caught in the same predicament. Some managed to disengage from the battle and prepare to enter the dungeons of the fathoms, but Honglu, Gregor, and several others were still busy holding up the Incorporated cases. They're gonna follow us right if we run out, right?
Probably. Even those who aren't changed to Dante like we are can travel through the pathway once it's open, so...
Let's not drive ourselves into the terrible. I'll keep them at bay. Hearing that, Bamboo Had to Kim stepped up. I sort of thought what it once was, but it should be enough for this. Besides, I've a little wish set foot in some ill-omened place and be tangling such a bizarre mess. Is that really what he thinks? There was something in his eyes that led me to believe this was about more than just staying behind to protect our rear. He was...
WTF.
Eh?
What a terrible front. At least try to pretend to be sincere and make it easy for us to believe. Did you think that terrible excuse was going to fly? What are you trying to avoid, Sword Swinger? You're not some kid trying to get out of doing his homework.
I remember hearing that entering Dungeons of the Fathoms would bring one to the spiritual fathoms the distortion is gazing into. Then what lies within must be my very own, for that is what the abomination is gazing into.
It's disordered then. You're coming with us.
Just picks him up, takes him with him.
What about a walking blind to a place we know shot about, mate? Got us in there, yeah?
Oh, that's...
He keeps it simple. You try that too. Learn the hard way that homework, like summer reading, doesn't go away just because you don't look at it. It's still there, even as the summer break comes to an end, ruining the last day of your vacation into an all-nighter.
Ariashki's scabbard vibrated cheerfully in agreement.
Stop procrastinating. Go do your summer reading. What was it you said? Face the homework, save the GPA?
No, but...
Face the sin, save the ego. It is, after all, the attitude the company expects of its employees.
Oh.
Go, Junior! You guys too, LCB. I can handle them all on my own.
You will make a lone stand?
Hey, who the heck do you think I am? I'll show you why Team Leader Moses felt safe sending me out alone with you guys. This was basically a Monster of the Week situation for Team Leader and me back in our duo days. I could handle them on my own, no problemo. I wanted to see how you guys handled the inflection point, but I guess you never really can have it all. Ah well, I guess I'll just have to trust our two OSIR team newbies to handle that. Now that I think about it, I think I'm setting a pretty solid example as your team senior, aren't I?
I don't like this, but... It seems I have no choice in the matter as long as this employee card hangs from my chest. With a sigh, Kim shook his head and joined us, dragging his feet all the while.
I shall take the vanguard. Mentor, be warned that the entrance is floating. Take a tall step over, or you may trip.
I can clearly see that, Andu. Bring me a ladder if you read that word, why don't you? Very watch out!
Have you need of one?
A mere jest. You needn't worry.
구, 언, 올. 하지만 슬슬 물리는군. 근처에 융수염이라는 군 별을 파는 곳 있나?
Had something come up, so I may need to be
돌아왔구나.
done there for now before we head into the dungeon.
Oh, you stop it now?
절묘함을 구현해
I
보려
do,
해도
I'm sorry.
도무지
It's fine.
완벽해지질
If something comes
않았지.
up, something comes up.
이제야
We
발바꿈
can just pick this up on Thursday or something.
오늘은
Yes,
이
I should have
형님의
time Thursday.
쏜다.
So, with that done,
나에게
I think
난-
we're kind of ship. Thank you for coming, and hopefully see you for next one. Have a good night, and we'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Goodbye.